Video number 2 for tonight. Video number 2. Buddy Ernie is trying to get together tomorrow. We can do something trying to talk my wife into cooking some chili tomorrow. Chili sounds pretty good. Don't sound bad at all. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Kryptonite Core. Tonight we're just chit-chatting. Checking on your well-being. I might actually use this table as when I do my Bible studies and stuff, which is going to be coming up soon. Not sure exactly when it's going to happen, but I basically read scripture, but yeah, we'll see. The bud's back. Let me translate what you're saying, all right? I don't know what you're saying, so speaking of Russian, I don't speak Russian, but I can figure this out. So give me a moment. Noka. Well, hello there. Hello to you too. And yes, it's only been a few moments. I usually do, instead of staying on there for 3 hours, sometimes I just do 5 shorter videos because people die down and then you don't have people for a long amount of time, especially if it's before 5 o'clock. It normally, the people who are actually viewing your content differentiates every single time, and you may or may not even have hits. So we'll just wait and see what happens. The last video was 15 minutes long. So this one right here is already almost 3 minutes. So we'll play it by ear. I'll keep this up just in case you put a message out there. What's going on? How you doing today, man? Hope you're doing all right. Where's everybody hailing from? Where's everybody coming from? Different parts of the world, hopefully. Because this is a cool thing for people to meet people from other countries, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, Taiwan, and all things, man. All good, man. Yeah, everything's good. But you got to have the perspective of accepting anything and everything. You look like Hollywood film star. I don't know about that, chill time. I'm Cool, Calm, and Collective, I guess. What's going on, everybody? How are you doing in this live stream? How am I doing in this live stream? Okay. I mean, just started, though. It could get, we could have fireworks any moment. I'm from India. That's really cool. Welcome to the channel, bud. Florida here. Welcome to the channel. I'm in North Carolina, so you're not too far from me. I mean, you're about 8 to 10 hours, but, compared to everybody else, they're like, 3 days. Like done. Yeah, like done. Watching from India. We got 2 people from India. That's amazing. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel as well and continue supporting me. How was Thanksgiving, bro? If I'm honest, Thanksgiving was a little dull for me. Last year I was invited to a couple different things. This year I wasn't invited to anything. So sat at home and applied for a couple jobs, had some pizza, didn't really do your typical thing, I don't even think I had a video game, but I did look at the video games. Then I talked to my mom on the phone on live chat, and I talked to my brother, and talked to Amanda, and who's a family. She's a relation to the family, sort of. But yeah, it was an okay day. Every day can be good, but every day we should give thanks, and every day we should be grateful about whatever we're going through in life. So yeah, Thanksgiving was about a 7 out of 10. You know, love the mountains up there. Haha, that's the vacation spot. I live about live closer to the beach than the mountains. I live about an hour and 40 minutes to the beach, compared to about 2.5 hours to the mountains, the closest set of mountains, which is beautiful because I've went there before. Just so glorious, very very beautiful. And next year I want to go to another set of mountains. Maybe go back to the same I went to this year, but we got to just test different things out. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, Chill Time. A little bit late, but we'll still late. Do you want peace or do you want war? Well, that's a good question. Me personally, I want peace. I want peace, but the right kind of peace. So not this. Some of that peace that we are getting or going to be getting is false peace, where it's just they're giving you that kind of stuff because that's what they want you to hear. But I personally want the true, authentic kind of peace. What's going on, Cubby Drew? How you doing? You've been here a few times. Pizza is a pizza. Yes, pizza. The pizza was amazing. That pizza shop was actually, it seemed like it was closed today, because I normally, since grocery prices and stuff have risen, and my wage has not, I normally get a pizza and have it last about 2 or 3 days. That pizza in general only lasted about 2 days, but that's okay. But yeah, the pizza was amazing. How was my Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was okay. It wasn't anything special. Wasn't invited to anything. Didn't really eat anything special. Just ate leftover pizza from a couple days before, or a day before, and that's about it. Applied for some jobs, and it was just more of a day to get mentally processed. Listen to some good old worship music. Drunk a lot of coffee, tons of coffee. I drank actually a whole pot of coffee that day, and yeah, I just sung my praises about what I'm thankful for. So there's a lot to be thankful for in life. Text, sure, G-Man, yeah. And then Charlie retracted his message. Man, Charlie, come on, man, come on, Charlie. Some states want to launch a missile here in Russia, and myself, my mom, my dad, and my brother are very scared. I would be scared too, all right? But a lot of the world is going to, especially towards the end of the era, before Jesus returns, there's going to be rumors of wars, and there's going to be wars that are going to be produced across the globe, and we all got to be prepared. But in your case, that's petrifying. Like, just even hearing that announcement, like that might be a missile launched in that facility, near your dad, your mom, your brother. I am sorry about that. So I personally can't do anything, but if you need somebody to talk to or anything, I'll be here to listen. So I'm very scared. I'm only 12, and this happens to Russia. It's a very dark hole, my friend. True, even I believe that's Israel, and it looks like the Libyan flag. Or Egyptian. That's not the Egyptian flag. The Egyptian, yeah, Egypt's not in that dang thing at all. Is getting out of hand. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Both of them have gotten out of hand, but the Ukraine Russia thing is more people. I believe more people have died in that one, but I'm not for sure. I don't really keep up with it. But either way. The Israel-Palestine War. Yeah. That's, yeah. It's actually wasn't even the Palestinians in general at first. It was another group of people, but yeah. I think it will be released in a year. Released. Released. What do you mean by released? Like relieved of war at that time in a year? I don't think so. Um, I don't think so because the way that a certain leader or certain leaders are, they're fighting for other things than just be human, like respect and stuff. They're fighting for other things. So um, I don't think a year is going to solve the thing between Ukraine and Russia. So I like to go to Russia though one day, but I probably won't be going anytime soon. Not anytime soon. And same thing with Ukraine. Ukraine is they're destroyed. I actually have a few friends in this that are subscribed to my channel that are from Ukraine, and it's amazing to talk to them and stuff. And yeah, because they're petrified too. They moved all the way to Poland, so yeah, it's a scary, scary situation. So very scary. That war is still going on. Yeah, both of them are still going on. And I don't see either one of them. Well, I mean, the one, Israel and Palestine could, I think they're closer to resolving things, but at the same time, they have hundreds of years of hate between the two countries, or the two sets of people. Can't really say countries, but two sets of people. And it's unreal because you're sacrificing, people, and the value of a person's life should mean more than, that. But it looks like it doesn't to certain people. No one is fighting for their countries. No one is fighting for their countries. They're fighting for freedom. War is not the response we all want from America, all of Japan, Korea, China, all of Russia, all countries. No one is fighting for their countries. I don't think that's true. I think Ukraine, the people that I talk to from Ukraine are fighting for their country because they are being demobilized by by Russia, because Russia's invading them and everything. So I think they're fighting for their country, most certainly. But they are also fighting for freedom, War is not the response we all want from America. America's not actually in the war, but the president who's currently in term, who's about to be leaving, has given. I heard that he gave, equipment to the old, or to the Ukrainians and stuff, so that could add fuel to the fire, I guess. But all of Japan, Korea, China, all of Russia, all countries. Yeah. Innocent people are getting hurt. Yes, innocent people are dying. Tons of innocent people are dying. Many people have died already. And it's probably going to continue. let's hope we don't get threatened, the United States. Imagine, dude. Imagine what? No, the United States has already been threatened, and the United States has already been hit because we've been hit several times. Like, 9/11 is an example of that, whenever our planes were hijacked by terrorists from over there in the Middle East. So yes, we have been actually hit. Now, not by Russia or anything like that, but there is terrorist groups that have hit us that are actually aligned with the same group of people who are fighting Israel right now. So America might not be directly hit right now, but we're the most hated country in the world. So, yeah. 2 years ago, I heard a very loud bang. What was it? What was it? Sorry about that. I had to go check on something. I was in high school. When 9/11 happened. I was in elementary when 9/11 happened. The teacher turned on the TV and we seen the plane crash straight into the building, and we had no idea what was going on. Didn't know if it was like part of the part of the script or not. It looks like it wasn't. Yeah. I didn't know what it was, but World War III came out in 2022. No, World War III has not yet started, because World War III is spoke about in the book of Revelation. Okay. And so it may not say exactly World War III, but it's the final war. It says the final great war in the Bible. And World War III will involve every country, not just some. Every country was going to be involved in that. Okay. And World War III has not started. Okay. The war between Ukraine and Russia and the war between Palestine and Israel are two separate things. Okay. When World War III breaks out, it's going to be the Antichrist versus Jesus Christ. Okay. So I don't know what you believe, but I'm on the sides of Jesus Christ. Okay. So, but that's what that's going to be. World War III has not happened. Okay. I mean, you can think it has, but it has not happened. More people would be dying on per second basis if that was the case. Okay. So, but it hasn't happened. All right. We count our stars and be blessed that has not happened yet. So that means we got the time to resolve our conflicts and to pray. This dude said, nah, dude, those who were in charge of 9/11 are from Afghanistan and are not related to Palestine groups. Why don't you do your research? They might be from Afghanistan, but those groups are interrelated together. So they work together. They don't agree on everything, but they do work together on a lot of things. And yeah. So, and they're related. They work together with that Palestine group. You may not think it because you're, yeah, they coax you into believing that crap, but yep. So, and you also think like this: Afghanistan is not that far from that area, not that far at all. That part of the world is highly dangerous. The only country that Americans are actually, well, Egypt we can go, like Egypt is all right to go through. The Saudi Arabia is the country that Americans can go through safely. All these other countries, Americans, if they go through those countries and they're not like, armed and stuff, they will be killed on spot pretty much, you know, by like ISIS or whatever, all these militant groups, because people do not like us, you know? So, you may be swayed one way and think that, that group that's the Palestine group that's going to war with Israel right now is not linked to them, but they are linked, most certainly. And Cubby Drew, yes, rumors about it. Rumors about wars, rumors about, everything. And there has been that. But I think we're still a decent ways away from it, but we're closer than what we realize. I was 10 years old when I heard this explosion. So 2 years ago. I am grateful for my life and the lives of others, but firing a missile or nuclear weapon is considered a sin, I suppose. Well, I don't know. Okay, so the necessary thing is firing it is not the sin. Killing innocent people and killing anybody, it doesn't matter if they committed a sin against you or not. That right there is deemable by God, as a sin. So just the action of firing a missile is not an actual sin by itself. So, because it's just an action. Because you could be firing into the ocean, But killing, murder is a sin. You understand that language is just curious question. Well, I got translator on here, so I know exactly what they're saying. You understand that language is just a curious question. Yeah, well, I can read what they say because I got translator up. So, yeah. Yeah. Which is not the type of live stream I wanted to do, talking about the wars and stuff, but what are you going to do? I mean, this live stream will only be probably around 30 some minutes long anyways, but we'll see. And actually, if I went, I wouldn't even go to Egypt right now. Egypt would be highly dangerous to go because basically you have Egypt and then you have Palestine, or you have that area where they're at. And then on the other side, you have Israel. So really, you shouldn't go to any of those areas. And then, some of the other countries like Turkey and stuff, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, and then you got many, 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 many other countries that are small, large, and all that stuff over there. Eventually, those roads all lead to Russia. So because Russia's the biggest bad boy of them all. Oh, it's the biggest country, but it's not the country I want to go to the most. The country I want to go to the most is China. Man, China's, whew. Or Japan. Japan would be amazing to go to as well. I've actually been to Lebanon once, and it was actually a great experience. Like, even half of the Lebanese were Christians who followed Jesus. That's great. That's good news. Maybe not for you, because I think you're Muslim, but it is. That's great news. That's great news, man. And also, Lebanon is, it's a good place. I mean, it's different from a person who's actually there that's a Christian. But if you have an American that's coming over there as a Christian, or even if they're not even a Christian, they could be just, an atheist. You know, they might get killed because of where they're from in the world. I could move to New Zealand to stay safe. That'd be awesome. That might be a little bit of a move, though, because I don't know if you realize where New Zealand is compared to where you're at. Okay, so your China's closer. Okay, so you're like China's, Russia's like right here, and then right below it's China. Okay, or right beside it, or whatever. In that general vicinity, you got India and all that stuff. Way, way down here is, like Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia, all, all wrapped up. So I mean, if you're comfortable with traveling all the way down there to New Zealand, Australia, stuff like that, then cool, but it's a little bit of a trip. What's going on, Dino Frog? Welcome back to the stream. Some people that I've talked to that told me they are trying to come to the United States, and it is very, very hard for them to come here. Where are these people coming from? That's my question. If they're coming from the Middle East, yes, there's going to be more, because they're trying to make sure they don't bring over people who have ill tensions, that are going to bomb places here in the United States and cause total destruction and chaos. That's probably the reason why. But I personally can't answer why it's more difficult, because I don't work in that line of work. But the war has achieved nothing that we could not have achieved without it. You're right. The war has achieved zero. Russia should have not to step on your toes or anything, but Russia should have not done what they did to Ukraine, just because Ukraine was thinking about joining NATO. But Putin's something else. And most of the time with these countries, it's about the leader who makes a bad decision, and then the country is held responsible for that decision. So you can look at the history of the world. China had a leader who did that, Genghis Khan, and then there was several leaders from Europe who made ill decisions that ultimately cost the country everything. Rome had good leaders, but ultimately it cost Rome to be caught on fire, and the whole place almost went down in smoke. So it's crazy to see how leaders can destroy a whole country, even though they're looked up by a lot of people. And then some leaders, like Julius Caesar, was stabbed to death by his own people, and his best friend was in that too, which Julius Caesar was something else. Are you going to play a game? Maybe not in this stream, but maybe in my next one, because I'm going to have about 4 or 5 of these short streams tonight. This one's probably going to be about 30 some minutes long. The next one will probably be around 30 some, depending on how many people show up, but I might jump into a stream eventually. But Dino Frog, just keep on tuning back in, and I'll play something, possibly. Only the dead saw the end of the war. Is this supposed to be a statement? Because I think that's incorrect. Nobody that's living right now has seen the end of the war. Not even the dead people have seen the end of the war. Okay? The only person I believe has seen the end of the war is Jesus Christ and God himself. So, I don't know. But, I don't think that's at all true at all. Because if you read the book of Revelation or the book of Daniel or anything like that, it says basically that the dead will basically be in a dream state, which means how in the heck will they see the end of the war? So that's, yeah. Dino, I'll probably do a live stream, maybe in the last one will probably be the longest live stream I do tonight. So probably about an hour or something like that. That's probably how long that last stream will be. Did you hear, or yeah, did you hear the Bears fire? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about the Bears fire him. I have mixed emotions. So the last few weeks, Mr. Young Matthew, I'll call him Young Matthew, Mr. Fire Risk, Matthew made a lot of big mistakes. You can make a lot of small mistakes and not be seen, but making a lot of big mistakes, you're going to definitely be seen and definitely going to be heard. They could have beat the Packers, they could have beat the Vikings, and they definitely could have beat the Lions last night. But bad management played a huge thing into that, and then that's what led to them losing that game because they could have got a field goal at the end somehow. I think they could have got a field goal. They could have tied it. They could have went to overtime, and they could have beaten the Lions. Caleb Williams has been playing good games, solid football, and oh my gosh, man! When I heard the news, I was not shocked. I was not thrilled either because I think it's a bad cycle that Chicago has going on, where they get a general manager and they get a head coach, and then they bring in, they either have a quarterback or they get a quarterback, or they eventually ends up with general manager and head coach both getting fired, and it's in the same cycle for about 10 years now, or maybe longer than that, and it's just bad. It's bad. But I want Caleb Williams to do good, just like I want Justin Fields. Even though Justin Fields is on another team now, I want him to do well. Mitchell Trubisky, he's with the Buffalo Bills right now, I think, as their second string quarterback. He may win a Super Bowl. He may win a Super Bowl as their second string. That's cool. But and Jay Cutler's not even in the league anymore. He's actually behind bars in jail right now. But hopefully this is the right move to fire Mr. Head Coach. If you don't understand what I mean when they fight and die, they breathe their last breath. And when they die, they are free with God. That's different than seeing the end of the war, though. Okay, that's end. That when you say only the dead have seen and witnessed the end of the war, that is a heck of a lot different than saying, what you meant to say. So, but I do now, since you put it in that way, I do understand a little bit better. Guess who's back? You are, I guess. Back again. Yes, you are. You're back again for the 100th time. 100 times a day. Not today, but, in general. I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you. Got 4 people here. That's pretty sweet. Glad to have each and every one of you here. I hope y'all are having a tremendous night. Did you guys do anything for Black Friday or Thanksgiving? I had pizza for Thanksgiving because I wasn't invited to anything this year. Maybe next year. There's always keeping my fingers crossed, right, to be invited to have some friends, but I really keep to myself a lot of the time. We did have like a little Thanksgiving thing at work, which was cool. One of my colleagues, she made some spicy meatballs, and they were delicious. And we had some other, tons of people made different things, and I like those types of things. That was my Thanksgiving dinner, I guess. Having good old faithful with my colleagues. Celebrity holiday alone. Yeah, I celebrated alone. I think it was all right. I had a whole pot of coffee, I had 3 slices of pizza, I think. I applied for 2 jobs because, just want something different. I think, that's just going to escalate too. I'm going to be applying for more jobs in the next few weeks just to try to get something a little bit better. I'm still going to try to do YouTube as I do if I get hired for the new job, but it's just the live streams might be differently done. And next year I'll probably be going to my friend Rose's house, but this year she was visiting her family in Virginia, so yeah. And I also might be going to my church's thing next year, but this year I wasn't volunteering, so they did not invite me. So, yeah. I'm going to go now. Bye. Take care. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Hope you have a good day and continue being safe. Please be safe. Your life is very important, my friend. Thanksgiving pizza. Yes, Thanksgiving pizza is amazing. All right. So before I hop off this live stream and go into number 3, go ahead and punch that like button. All right. Give me a big old thumbs up. All right. I only have 9 right now, but give me a big thumbs up. All right. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I will be back on here in a second. This is my second. I'm going to do 5 of these. My last one's probably going to be about an hour and a half. Okay. So I'm going to try to do these instead of the super long 3 to 4 hour ones because, I get people to come in here for about 30, 40 minutes and then they just fizzle out. All right. And I don't like sitting here on the camera by myself, just talking to myself for 1,000 years and feel like it's productive because it's just not. It's not helping me at all. So anyways, if you want to come back, I'll be more than happy to have you back for stream number 3, which is going to happen in a matter of seconds. All right. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Punch that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will be back. What's going on, Zelda? Or Zella? I'll be back soon for stream number 3.